Right now, there's a post circulating on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok claiming you can get $2,000 from the IRS. All you have to do is click a link. The post looks official. It mentions the IRS by name. It has a link to a professional-looking website, and it specifically targets seniors on fixed incomes who need the money most. But here's the problem. This $2,000 stimulus payment doesn't exist. There is no federal legislation authorizing it. And that link? It leads straight to identity thieves. Today we're going to trace exactly how this scam works, why it's so convincing, and most importantly, how to protect yourself and the people you love from falling for it. Because this isn't just about debunking a fake claim. This is about exposing a sophisticated criminal operation that's harvesting social security numbers and bank account information at scale. These scammers aren't just lying about money you won't get. They're positioning themselves to steal the money you already have. So let's follow the trail. To understand why this scam works so well, we need to go back to 2020 and 2021. During the pandemic, the federal government sent 3 rounds of direct stimulus payments to Americans. The first check was $1,200. The second was $600. And the third, under the American Rescue Plan in March 2021, was $1,400. Real money, sent by the government, deposited directly into bank accounts. Those payments created a powerful expectation. When the economy gets rough, people now anticipate that direct deposits might arrive. Scammers know this, and they've weaponized that expectation. Here's the critical fact: that March 2021 payment was the last federal stimulus check. The IRS has not distributed any economic impact payments since then. According to Saving Advice.com's February 2026 analysis, there is no federal legislation authorizing a 4th stimulus check or a $2,000 senior rebate. Despite what these viral posts claim, Congress has not passed any new stimulus legislation. The money simply does not exist. Full stop. So if the payment doesn't exist, why do so many people believe it does? This is where the scam gets clever. The posts don't emerge from nothing. They exploit genuine confusion. Here's what muddies the water. Some states actually are sending payments to residents. New Jersey, Colorado, and Alaska have various relief programs that are completely real. Fox 5 DC's fact check confirmed that state-specific payments exist while debunking claims of federal payouts. Scammers blend these two concepts to create believable fiction. The fake posts describe payments that sound almost plausible precisely because real state programs exist. It's a shell game designed to confuse people into letting down their guard. The viral posts instruct users to register or verify their status through links that mimic the official IRS portal. But these sites are elaborate phishing operations. According to Saving Advice.com, victims who enter their social security numbers, dates of birth, and banking details are handing their identities directly to criminals. The consequences are severe. Scammers with this information can redirect victims' actual social security benefits to accounts they control. Even worse, they can file fraudulent tax returns in victims' names, claiming refunds and redirecting them before victims ever realize what happened. Saving Advice.com's analysis quotes the damage directly. If you enter your social security number and bank information into these sites, scammers can steal your actual benefits. Now let's talk about why this scam specifically targets seniors. It's not random. Older Americans are more likely to be on fixed incomes and more likely to need financial relief. They're also more likely to use Facebook, where these posts spread most aggressively, and they may be less familiar with the tactics scammers use online. Research cited by DemandSage shows that fake news spreads up to 10 times faster than accurate reporting on social media platforms. The algorithms amplify outrage and urgency. That's not a metaphor. MIT researchers found that false stories reach 1,500 people 6 times faster than true stories. The emotional pull of free money accelerates sharing. The scammers are counting on urgency. The posts often include deadlines. Register before February 15th or limited spots available. Classic high-pressure tactics. When you feel rushed, you're less likely to stop and verify. You click first and think later. By then, your information is already in criminal hands. Let's be absolutely clear about how the real IRS operates. Fox 5 DC confirmed that the IRS never contacts taxpayers through email, text messages, or social media. If the IRS needs to contact you, they send a letter through the United States Postal Service. Period. Any message on Facebook claiming to be from the IRS is automatically suspect. The IRS has repeatedly warned about these scams. Their official position: Never click links in unsolicited messages. Always go directly to IRS.gov manually. So what does the anatomy of one of these fake posts actually look like? Let's break it down piece by piece so you know exactly what to watch for. First, the posts use official-sounding language. They mention IRS, Treasury Department, or Federal Relief Program. They borrow legitimacy from real government agencies. Second, they include specific dollar amounts. The $2,000 figure isn't random. It's large enough to excite people but small enough to seem plausible as government aid. Third, they create artificial scarcity. Only for seniors, must qualify, limited enrollment. These phrases make people feel special and create fear of missing out. Fourth, they require action through a link, never a phone number to an official agency. Always a URL that leads somewhere you shouldn't go. The websites these links connect to are designed to look legitimate. They copy IRS branding, use similar color schemes, and include official-looking seals and logos. But look closely at the URL. Legitimate IRS sites end in .gov. Scam sites use variations like IRS payments, .com, or Federal Relief Program, .net. The domain is always wrong. Once you're on the fake site, the trap closes. The form asks for exactly what identity thieves need: your social security number, your date of birth, your bank routing numbers. The moment you hit submit, that data goes directly to criminals who specialize in identity theft and financial fraud. There is no payment. There was never going to be a payment. And here's what makes this particularly cruel. The victims often don't realize they've been scammed for weeks or even months. The damage happens invisibly, in the background. The first sign might be a rejected tax return because someone already filed in your name, or a social security deposit that never arrives because it was rerouted. By the time victims discover the theft, recovering their identity and their money becomes a months-long nightmare involving multiple government agencies and financial institutions. This is why we need to talk about this now, before more people fall victim. The scam posts are actively circulating. They're being shared by well-meaning friends and family members. When your aunt shares a post about free money, she's not trying to scam you. She genuinely wants to help. That's what makes the spread so effective and so hard to stop. So what can you do to protect yourself? Let's get specific. First and most importantly, never click links in social media posts claiming to offer government payments. If you hear about a payment program and want to verify it, go directly to IRS.gov by typing the address manually into your browser. Never trust a link someone shares. Remember this rule: if the IRS has money for you, they will contact you by mail, not by email, not by text, not by social media. Physical mail only. Be deeply suspicious of any post that requires you to register or verify your information to receive money. Legitimate government programs don't work that way. Check the URL carefully. Any legitimate IRS website will end in .gov. If you see .com, .net, .org, or anything else, close the tab immediately. When in doubt, call the IRS directly using the phone number listed on IRS.gov. Don't use a number provided in a suspicious email or post. If you've already clicked a link and entered information, contact your bank immediately. Place a fraud alert on your credit reports with all 3 bureaus. Report the scam to the FTC at ReportFraud.ftc.gov. Your report helps authorities track these operations and potentially shut them down. Talk to the older adults in your life. Share this information with your parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. They may be embarrassed to admit they're targets. Consider setting up IRS Identity Protection PIN for yourself and vulnerable family members. It adds an extra layer of security against fraudulent tax filings. Now, I want to address something important. Some people genuinely believe that more stimulus payments should exist. Seniors on fixed incomes are struggling with inflation. That's a legitimate policy debate worth having. But right now, in February 2026, the federal government is not sending these payments. Wanting something to be true doesn't make it true. The scammers exploit this gap between what people need and what's actually available. They're selling hope that doesn't exist and harvesting identities in the process. The cruelty of this scam isn't just the theft, it's that it targets people who are already vulnerable, people who genuinely need help, and then it makes their situations worse. Every viral post about fake stimulus payments wastes limited attention that could go toward finding real resources. Scammers aren't just stealing money, they're stealing hope and time. There are legitimate assistance programs, state-level relief, heating assistance, food programs, prescription drug assistance. But you have to find them through official channels, not Facebook links. For real resources, contact your state's Department of Health and Human Services, your local area agency on aging, or the National Council on Aging's Benefits Checkup tool. These organizations can connect you with programs you might actually qualify for. Real help exists, but it comes from verified sources, not viral social media posts. Let's recap the timeline. January 2026, viral posts about a $2,000 senior stimulus begin circulating heavily. February 2026, multiple fact-checkers debunk the claims as the scam spreads. Fox 5 DC, Saving Advice, Com, and other outlets have all confirmed this payment does not exist. The posts are lies designed to steal your information. And yet the posts continue to spread. Because as MIT research shows, fake news travels faster than the truth. Corrections can't catch up to viral lies. So here's what we've learned today. There is no federal $2,000 stimulus payment for seniors. Anyone claiming otherwise is either misinformed or trying to steal from you. The IRS doesn't contact you through social media. They don't ask you to verify information through links. They send letters by mail. That's it. If you see these posts, don't share them. Don't click the links. And if someone you love has shared one, reach out and help them understand what's really happening. The real question isn't whether the stimulus exists. We know it doesn't. The real question is why, despite constant debunking, these scams keep working every single time.